a little story before we get more, well, we can start moving. I have a teacher, another teacher, who broke her wrist, but was a gymnast and is a wonderful yogi, a beautiful yogi. She's finally opening up her own studio. When she broke her wrist, she still did handstand because she was so strong in her hands. She kept the alignment. She pushed down through the ridges and she was able to lift up in a handstand. That's how much strength we can bring in there. We all can do that. At first, when I started yoga, I was getting wrist pain. And as I got stronger, that went away. So I don't have any pain in my hands or wrist now. All right, let's take a side bend, lifting the right arm, bend the elbow. You know I love your questions. And then take a side bend towards your left. Pull the bellies in a little bit and then open it up. So we're flowing it and we're going to bend the elbow and reach towards the left and open it up. And one more time and reach it. Now we're going to hold it for a breath or two. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Open it up. Let's draw the arm across. Feel that. You might feel a little something here. Support it with your hand. And bring your hands on top of your knees or your thighs. Perhaps sit towards the edge of the chair. Feel your feet. Sense your feet. Press the toe pads down. Feel your arches activate. Exhale, round your spine like the cat. And then inhale, lift your heart, draw your shoulder blades together. Back of the neck stays long, don't drop it back. Exhale, we round one way. Inhale, we lift and curve the other way. Come back to center, taking the left arm out to the side, starting with a bent elbow, side bending towards the right. Flow it open. Notice as your elbows bend what you're feeling. Maybe you get a little bit more range of motion. So we're flowing it first. There's different types of stretching. We can have more of a dynamic or flowing stretch, or it could be more static and holding. So now let's hold it. Breathe in and breathe out. And breath is in and breath is out. Feel that nice side bend along the left side of the body. Open up your arm, bring it across. Ooh, nice. Right here. Breathe in and breathe out. One more time. In through the nose, out through the nose. Relax your shoulder. And bring your hands back down to your thighs. So now you should know that the energy or the line of energy from your shoulder goes all the way down into your hand. If we look at the meridians in the body, which is old ancient science, Chinese medicine, Ayurveda looks at it, acupuncturists look at it, the lines of energy go down from the shoulders down into the hands. So when our shoulders are rounding forward, our hands will get tighter, which is why we want to, one of the reasons we want to open up the body. With your palms on your thighs, go slightly forward and draw your shoulders up and back and feel your shoulder blades come onto your back. Push the palms down into your thighs as you lift your heart. Exhale, lengthen forward, crown of the head reaching forward. Pushing palms into thighs, feel your strength, feel your muscles activate on the back of your body. Feel your sitting bones move back. Push down, rise up, get a little back bend here like the cow. Then come forward, still keeping shoulder blades on the back. Let's open our arms into cactus, still feeling shoulder blades on the back. Exhale, release the arms down towards the earth, spread your fingers. Then pull the elbows up. Now keep your neck and your head in line with your heart spine, so it doesn't feel like it's dropping back like that or forward like that. Right in line. You got to feel it. You can't see it, right? Lower the fingertips down like you're going to pick something up, and then pull the elbows back. That's it. So you're feeling your shoulder blades on your back. Reach down, pull up. Let's tilt the elbows down and the palms come forward. Inhale, reach your arms towards the sky. Interlace your fingers. Another great one for your hands. Press the palms and the wrist lines upwards. Press the palms and the wrist lines upwards. So we've got our fingers interlaced, and you're pushing the insides of your fingers, what do we call this? The insides of the fingers, the webbings of your fingers in towards each other. Then press the palms away from you, and we've got them perhaps up overhead or perhaps forward. Push them in, feel your strength. Let's do a little swirling here. One elbow up and then the other, just flowing it. Breathe in, breathe out. You got it. You got it. Awesome. Open up your palms. We'll take a little forward fold. So come forward, take your sitting bones back, then pull your ribs back. You're going to feel your belly tone. Exhale, release your arms and your fingers towards the earth. Breathe in, breathe out. Push down through your toe pads and your feet. Inhale, arms out to the side and up towards the sky. Relax your shoulders down your back. Take a side bend towards your right. And you might take your right hand to your left wrist. Maybe, maybe not. Inhale, back to center. Relax the shoulders down. Bring your left hand towards your right and give it a little traction. So you're giving it a little gentle pull towards the left. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, rise back up and bring your palms together. Yes. So many of the things that we do when we open up our shoulders are also helping our hands. I had one student tell me that it was like her pain went away in her hands from us doing this work. Let's take our hands to the back of the chair, the seat of the chair. I'll turn to the side. So we're going into our back bend. You can have your hands here, and you're going to sit forward in the chair, or here. Then we're going to hold on wherever you're holding, circle the shoulders up and back. Then pull your ribs back and lean forward. And as you're holding onto the chair, wherever you're holding onto it, feel the blade, your shoulder blades, they're moving in towards your spine. Keep your head neutral. Don't look at me. Try to feel this. Look forward. Now, we tend to take our chin up. That's the tendency. Or we take our chin down. So see if you can find that midway point where your neck feels neutral. Then we're going to swing our arms forward and reach up. And exhale, take the arms back to the chair. Circle the shoulders up and back. Lift the heart. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, take your arms back. Shoulders come together. Now, if you don't feel the shoulders coming together, pull your ribs back a little bit more. And you can use the chair as resistance as you're holding onto it. You're leaning forward. Let's release the hands. Mine were getting tired. I don't know about yours. Bring your hands in front of your heart and feel your center. Let's take a long leg stretch. Bring both heels out in front of you. Point the toes away. Pull them in and point them away. and pull them in. Now we're going to kind of take them like windshield wipers. So it's going to look, you probably need to see me more like here. You're going to take them outward and then inward. So we're out like that, external rotate, then bring them in. And out and in. Now the whole leg is moving, so the knees stay in line. The kneecaps, they're staying in line with your middle toes. Toes are outward, heels are in. Toes are inward, heels are out. Breathe in and breathe out. And breath is in and breath is out. Pull the right knee back in. We'll take a twist. Left hand outside, right thigh, right hand to the back of the chair, or you can diag. I don't have a lot of room here, so I can't quite do that. But so your arm is going out like this. That's it. You got it. So you can do either one. You can have your hand behind the chair, and then your left hand is coming to the outside of the thigh, and pull your hand into the thigh, pull your shoulder back, push your thigh into your hand. Because if we just did that, it's going to come into center, not feel good. So push your thigh. It's pushing in to your hand as your hand pushes into your thigh. And find your twist. Neck turns last. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale back to center and bring the leg and the foot back to meet the other. We are now in neutral. We'll do the other side. Extending the right leg, the left knee is bent. Right hand outside the thigh, you're pushing hand into thigh and thigh into hand. And then your left arm is either going back behind you like this, or it's holding on to the back of the chair. Make sure the shoulders are up and back and neck turns last. Breathe in and breathe out. And breath is in and breath is out. Breath is in and breath is out. Inhale back to center and pull the feet back in. Notice how you're feeling at this moment. Let's do a seated triangle. I'm going to use a block here. And our left knee is forward. Our right leg is out to the side. Block can go, I like to put it in the back because then I know my shoulder is going to go back. If it goes in the it goes front, then my shoulder might come forward. So it just helps it to be in the back. Or you can take your hand to the back of the leg if you don't have a block. So we sit tall. We take a breath in and out. We're lifting up and out of the waist. Extend our arms. Yes. Let's tilt down towards the block or your leg, and the left arm reaches up. Let's flow it. Come back to center. And then inhale and exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. So whatever you're leaning on, you really don't want to lean so much. Your fingers are touching, your hands touching, but you're not doing this. You're pulling your core in and up. Push down through the toe pads of your left foot. Feel that foot engage. You might feel the leg engage. Perhaps we take an arm over the ear. Ooh, that's a nice stretch right there. And maybe you lift the bottom arm. Breathe in. Yes. Breathe out. Inhale, come back to center. Hands at the heart. And then pull that knee back in. Now we're going to just go right to warrior two from here. So warrior two, the right knee is bending. The left knee is either forward or out to the side. Then we see how this is happening. My shoulders are going forward towards the front thigh. So we got to lift them up so they stack over our hip points. This back foot, the toes can face forward, or some of you, it might be like that, or you could potentially lift the toes up so the foot is flexed. But this is traditional warrior two right about here. Make your adjustments on the chair. Inhale, flow your arms up. We're going to do a reverse warrior. Back arm down, right arm down, left arm lifts. Then we're going to go towards side angle, forearm to thigh, arm over ear. That's right. We're going to flow this. This is the flow. We do our back bend as we breathe in. We do our side bend as we breathe out. It really doesn't matter. You can go in and out. Just do one or the other. Make sure you're breathing and not holding your breath. Good. Next time you do this, let's hold it for a breath or two here. Breathe in, breathe out. I like to lift the arm up so this whole side of the body gets long, and then maybe you bring it over the ear. You might lift the other arm and give it a little traction. These are all maybes. These are not musts. Inhale, we come back up. We gaze over our front fingertips. We turn our palms upright, bring the forearm to the thigh, and find this side angle stretch. Now the stretch is from these fingers all the way along the left side of the body. Breathe in. Push down through that back foot. Breathe out. Feel your sitting bones down on the chair and then angle them back behind you. Now, pull your ribs back. You'll feel your belly tone. Reach a little bit more towards your right. Are you ready? Let's lift up. Push down through your feet in your toe pads. Rise up. Okay, bring your feet together. That was a long time. Maybe you open and close your knees a little bit. How about we do crisscross applesauce? So one arm on top, then the other. Yeah, just to kind of let it go. Let it go, anything that might have been holding. And we will do the other side. So now we are going to go towards our triangle on the other side. And I'm going to bring this block with me. Tigger chewed this a few years ago and place it down. I like to keep those, they're memories. And so you can push down through the heel and flex the foot so the toes are upright. We sit tall. We inhale and we float our arms up. And now we tip down like an airplane towards either your leg or the block. But again, we want to tone our belly and not hang on down like a rag doll. So pull your belly in and up like that. Pull your ribs back. Feel that. See how that feels different. Yes. Inhale, rise up. Let's do it a few times and lower it down and bring it back up. That's it. And lower it down. And inhale, lift it up. Awesome. One more time. Let's hold it. Maybe arm is over ear. You want to turn your palm downward. Maybe you lift the other arm up. You can think about touching your fingertips. They probably won't touch. Pull the ribs back. Breathe in. Push down through the heel. Inhale, rise up. Woo. And bend that knee for warrior two. So now we're extending the right leg back. You find your version, make yourself comfortable on your chair, right? We don't want to be uncomfortable. And people always say, there's pain with yoga. There shouldn't be acute pain. It should maybe be slight discomfort, but no pain, no pain. And if this is too much extending this leg, make sure you bend it on this side. Sometimes you've had something happen to your knee and your knee does not want to go out to the side like that. That would be the main reason. Float your arms up into warrior two. Relax your shoulders down your back. Find reverse warrior with your back hand to your back leg. Your front arm is reaching up high and then maybe over the ear. And we're going to flow it towards our side angle, forearm to the thigh, right arm over the ear. Let's flow it back and to the side, breathing in and breathing out. That's it. To the side, we are flowing, we're opening, and towards the back. Next time, we're gonna hold the back for a breath or two. Now, if it's too much, like it doesn't feel right, don't hold it. Because you are the guru. You know your body. This is about the mind-body connection. Lift up, forearm to the thigh, palm is open. Bring the other arm up and over the ear for that stretch. That's right. Feel that long stretch. It's going from the bottom of your foot all the way up through the leg. Lift it up and bring it back over. Over. Nice side bend. Pull the ribs back. A lot of times they push forward. Pull them back like it's cat pose. Press down through your feet. Inhale, rise up. Okay. Bring your feet back together and do that crisscross applesauce just to release any tension that you might be feeling. So we don't want you to feel that. Not at all. And let's do a little chair pose as we rise up. I'll turn to the side. Maybe even to the diag, that's kind of nice. And you can place the block in between your thighs or a strap around your thighs. So this way we're working our inner thighs with the block in here. And so you kind of ask yourself, and as you get to know your body, you'll be able to tell whether the inside of the thighs feels weaker or the outside. So if your work and also tighter or weaker. So if your inside of your thighs are weak, then you want the block here. If your outside of your thighs is weaker and you want to work that strengthening, you're pushing out into the strap. I'll show you in a minute, but let's do it this way first. So we're rocking forward and back. That's it. And you might keep your hands by your side and onto the chair as you play with lifting up, or you might take your arms forward. You know, I like to hold a cane or a stick. I think it gives a little bit of momentum. And if you feel it's safe, you might lift off. You might also have a chair in front of you when you lift off. Sit bones back, ribs back. Feel your thighs working. Now the weight's going to your heels, but push down through your toe pads. So yes, the weight's going to go to your heels. And exhale and have a seat. So you can do that again. Or if you want, you could take the strap around your thighs. It's basically putting the loop around. So I'll just show it. This is something you certainly can practice at home. I know a lot of physical therapists, you know, they're testing the sit to stand. And this would be a great way for you to practice it at home. So now the outside of the thighs, the abductors are pushing in to the strap. And here's my handy dandy purple cane to lift up. Now, again, you could have a chair in front of you for your balance. We're going to rock it forward and back. And then we're going to decide whether we feel like lifting. And as we lift, we're going to push our outer thighs into the strap. We lift off. Our sit bones are back. Our thighs are moving outward. Our ribs are moving back. The arms may be forward, or you may lift them upwards. Are we having fun yet? We're having fun? Oh, yes. Nora says we're having fun. Nora Lynn says we're having fun. She does. She said, have a seat down. I saw her.
Tons of fun. Tons of fun.
This has got to be the most fun. Some people call this awkward pose. I've heard it called all kinds of things. Let's do it one more time.
Nora Lynn is the teacher's pet.
Oh yeah, we got a thing going.
Hey, Cheryl, you chill out there.
You guys are hilarious. All right, we're gonna do it one more time. And we're gonna add a twist in. So you decide, block inside, strap around. Some of you may do both. If you do both, you really gotta think about it. You know, like you gotta hug in and push out. Woo. So what you would do is you'd pull in and then maybe you'd push out and have kind of like a pulsation or alternating going on. We're rocking forward and back. And then we're gonna stick it. Woo! I'll tell you what, this is kind of nice. I gotta say, the both there is really, it's feeling very stabilizing. But it is hard to pull out and not feel like that block is gonna drop. But I feel my buttocks really working. I'll tell you what, that buttocks is getting stronger as we push out. Let's take a side bend towards a twist towards the left. And then towards the right, keeping the sitting bones going straight back. One more. Oh, yes, we are having so much fun. Come back to center. So you'll notice that your buttock muscles lower down are working, especially, I felt it a lot when pushing out into that strap.
Mindy, my strap didn't fit. I couldn't make it work so fast enough. So I stuck a block between my ankles and feet and one between my thighs. And that was a different, equally good. Yeah.
That would be like this. You could do that. That's going to work different muscles again. I mean, there's so many variations, but I love it. It's great.
Using I felt more stable when I went into my chair pose.
Yes, a lot of people feel more stable with this belt. Here's the thing about a belt. There are belts that loop well and don't pull out. See how this one doesn't get any bigger the more I pull on it? That's the kind of buckle you want. Either that or you've got to tie it. And some of you have those stretchy bands and you could tie one of those too. So if you have that, you could use that for this particular purpose. All right, let's do some standing action. And I want to start with a wide stance. So we're in a wide stance, and you can have the chair in front of you for balance or not. And your toes are forward. And I want you to push down into your toe pads, and you're pushing down into the earth and then pulling your feet away from each other. And feel the muscles on your legs activate. You might feel your belly tone as well. And then release that and let it go. Notice how that changes everything in the body. Now, let's push down through the feet and pull the legs towards each other, like you had a big beach ball or big block inside your thighs. And notice what tones now. It's different. It's different. So just these little isometric actions make a big difference. Release. When we pull out, notice the muscles that engage. So you're pushing down and legs are pressing outwards. A lot of people feel some relief in their lower back area because you're making space by pushing down and away. Now push down and pull them towards each other. That's different. Now the energy is coming into center and you might feel like a whirl tunnel wind of energy going up through your body and you feel your pelvic floor tone. That's good stuff. And release. Let's bend one knee and straighten it and then bend the other and straighten it and bending one and then the other. Come back to center and let's do our wall dog. We're going to bring our feet towards each other and they are parallel, about hip distance apart, but if you need a little wider because it helps your balance, you should definitely do it. Let's walk it back bend our knees, take our sit bones up, back, and upwards. The reason we do this is we're bringing movement into the lower spine where a lot of people have tightness. And if you don't have tightness, you can still play with the movement, lifting the sit bones and pressing them up and back. But if you don't feel it, start to straighten your legs and keep that lower back curve. So we don't want it doing that. I don't know if you can see that. We want it to do this. We want that lower back curve. We don't want this. We want this. And then arms are on the seat of the chair or the back of the chair and playing with bending knees and straightening them. And then walk it back in. Walk it back in. I want to take the feet wide one more time, and I'm going to show you. You know I love the wall. If you had a wall, you would push your outside of your foot into it, and it's really nice because you got something to push into. But if you don't, it's okay. We're going to push our feet down, and you can take one hand or both hands to your hips, or you can interlace your fingers like we were doing before, like this, and you're going to push them back. So shoulders up and back, heart rising, and then we might come forward. Don't knock your head on the chair. And then maybe press your knuckles back as your shoulder blades come together. We're pushing down and pulling feet apart. Breathe in and breathe out. Push down, rise up, come back up. Notice how you feel. That was a back bend when we were doing this, and then it becomes a forward bend when we're doing this. But we're keeping our shoulder blades on our back. So the shoulders are rolling up and back. Push down through your feet to rise up. And then hands to the chair, your feet together. Let's play with those sun salutes towards the chair. I'm going to turn the seat like this because it is better so you can do your yoga push-ups. And again, having the chair against a wall makes it a little bit more stable for you. Okay, so we're going to start with hands on the chair, and we're going to do those yoga push-ups. You ready? Bend the elbows by your side. Keep your neck long. We don't want it dropping forward. We don't want it dropping back. So it's neutral. Bend the elbows, claw the seat of your chair with your finger pads, what we were talking about earlier at the beginning of class. Push down through your palms, lift up. Exhale, bend your elbows, claw the seat of the chair with your finger pads. Press down, rise up. Exhale, bending elbows, ribs back, round forward. And lift up. Let's hold the side of the chair. Keep the right foot forward. Take the left leg back. And your heel can be up or down. I like to keep it up so I can rock here a little bit. Bending the little bit. We don't want to go so far forward, but just a little bit to rock it. And then pull the belly in. Maybe come up onto your fingertips, lifting your heart. If you feel like you've got your balance, and you might want to widen your stance by taking your front foot out a bit and your left foot out the other way a little bit, then you might take one arm forward or upward or both. You're pushing down through your feet and you're pulling them isometrically towards each other like you had a block in between your thighs. Exhale, take your hands down to the seat, pivot the back heel down, pull the front hip back. So now we're in waterfall. Hands move forward, claw the seat of the chair with your finger pads, try to lift your wrist lines up. So you're making that carpal tunnel curve. It's like a suction cup in the center of your palms. And then release. And do that again. Push down, pull the suction cup up. Ooh, am I feeling that in this hip? Okay, bend your knee, hands to the side of the chair. When you are ready, you're gonna rock it forward and bring the back foot to meet the front. Stand on up. Now you might have been feeling that in your front hip. That's a good thing. These are hip openers. Let's go through this again. Hands to the side of the chair or onto the chair. Let's do a few push-ups. We're clawing the mat with our finger pads. Bending our elbows come back by our side. We keep our spine long, the crown of our head moving forward. Push down through the finger pads, rise up. These are little yoga push-ups. You can do these against the wall or on the seat of the chair. And come on up, keeping your hands on the chair. You're going to step your other leg back. So now it's my right leg, left leg is forward. And we're just going to kind of rock this forward and back, ease into it. I've got the heel upwards at first, but if you feel more balanced, put the heel down, and then you're just going to move the front foot or the front leg, bending and straightening. Either is great. Either is great. You want to do the one that feels right for you. Rocking forward and back. Then you're going to pull that front hip back. Pull your ribs back like cat pose. Come onto your fingertips. Maybe you adjust your legs a little bit wider. So you're moving the back leg out, the back a little bit, the front towards the side. Maybe you take one arm off the chair. Maybe you play with the other one. Maybe you lift both arms and you're in a crescent. Now you can also put your heel down. That may feel more balanced. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring the palms back to the chair. Now you're going to pull the front hip back. Breathe in. And breathe out. So now we're feeling that front hip. It's called waterfall. Some people call this pyramid. Some people call this runner's stance. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep your spine long. When you keep your spine long, you're going to feel it more in your hip. If your head is down, you may not feel it in the same way. Keep it long. Spine is long. Crown of the head is reaching forward. Bend the front knee. We're going to step the back foot to the front. So hold on securely to your chair and then bring that back leg to meet the front and rise up. Notice how your body feels now. Notice how your body feels now. Take a few breaths in and a few breaths out. We're going to play with balance. Use your chair or your wall. As if we weren't playing with balance already, right? You know, people are like, oh, yoga's all about stretching. But as you guys know, it's really about stretching, connecting the mind and the body, strengthening, balance, coordination, focus, concentration. It's all that stuff. But a lot of people think it's all about the stretching. It is what you make it. So feet in a position where you feel like you could have your balance. And then we're going to play with shifting the weight right and left. Now you could have the chair in front of you like this. And we're just swaying. So you are shifting your weight one way and then the other way. Then we're going to play with, I'm just going to bring it to the side so you can see. Then we're going to shift this way to the right and maybe lift the left toes. And then we're going to bend the knee and come to the other way. And we're going to go bend our knee and come to the other way. So you might have your hands on the chair. I don't think you'll see me well, so I've got it to the side. And we're just shifting our weight. And then eventually what we're going to do is we're going to stick it, meaning we're going to stay on one side. So I'm now on my left leg. The knee is soft. The toes are touching down, or you can flex your foot. You might take your thumb to your pointer finger, index finger, and that's called Anjali Mudra. that can help balance. You might take the other one. So you can play here. You can have toes down, toes up, hands on chair, one on chair. Find your balance and your breath. You have to come on down and take a break. You just do it. You just do it. That is part of the mind-body connection, using the wisdom that you have inside of you. Trust your intuition. Trust your intuition. So fingertips together. Maybe toes lift, maybe they don't. Maybe you take your arms out to the side. Maybe you bring one arm up. You might feel a little bit of wobbling, but you know the chair is right there. And then come back to neutral. Bring your palms together. Breathe in. And breathe out. Feel this center line of energy. The palms are together. And there's this energy that's going down through us. Our spine has all kinds of good spirited energy. Let's do the other side. So we're going to sway one way and then the other. We're going to transfer our weight to the other leg and come up onto the tippy toes of the other side. Hands are on chair, one or both. This knee is soft, because if it's locked, eventually that's just going to throw you off. It needs to be soft. It doesn't mean it needs to be super bent. You can decide that. Maybe the toes come off and you flex your foot, and maybe you don't. And you might find that index finger hand mudra with one or both hands. One may be on the chair. Ooh, it's a little far over there. You want your chair close to you. If your chair is away from you, let me show you what I mean. If your chair is too far away from you, then you're doing this, and that's hard to balance. You want to make sure that you're close enough to the chair where you don't feel like you have to reach for it. So we're doing our balance act here, and then we can play with one arm out to the side and maybe one arm up or one on the chair. Find a spot to stare at. Make sure you're breathing in and out. You guys look awesome. And then come back to center. Let's circle. Center means neutral, right? Come back to your maybe a little wide stance, and let's circle the hips around and about. Circle them. Make a circle going one way, and then make a circle going the other way. That's it. I've been trying a little bit of hula hoop action lately. I was never great at it, but I've been playing with it. My daughter has one of those weighted hula hoops, so that's quite interesting too. But hula hooping is supposed to be so good for the core. You might want to check it out. And then come back to center. All right, let's take a nice wide stance for our triangle. So right foot is pointing to the right and left leg is back. Press the feet down like you mean it. Toe pads are down. Then when you push those toe pads down, notice how your belly tones. So your legs tone, but you feel this all the way up. It's like this suction cup on the bottom of your feet, and it's pulling all that energy up through your bones. And then we're going to take our arms long. Maybe one reaches up. Try to keep just the fingertips down, none of this business. Come on up, come on up. Yep, you can keep one hand on your hip too, that's great. Shoulders up and back. Now, feel the suction cup, push your feet down, root to rise. Come on up, all 10 toes forward. Bring your feet back together. We're gonna do a sun salute in between sides. Inhale, arms rise up. Yes. Keep your feet as wide as you need to for your balance. Keep your hand on a chair if need be. Arms out to the side or one on the chair. Soften the knees. Maybe one hand's at your hip as you release your spine downward. Release the head and the jaw. Let the head sway towards the right and sway towards the left. Breathe in And breathe out. Come back to center. Inhale, take your hands to your thighs, draw your shoulders, roll them to your ears and back. Bend your knees. Ooh, you're in chair pose. Maybe one hand's on that chair though. And then push down through your feet, lengthen through your legs, arms rise up, one or both arms, hands are at your heart. You guys are awesome. Triangle on the other side. We got to do our sun salutes. We're saluting the sun. It's a gorgeous day. Legs wide, toes out on the left side. Feel your toe pads like you mean business and push them down. Feel even your pelvic floor wakes up. It is up and awake and alert. Arms out to the side. Tip your triangle pose. Notice how I've got even fingertips just touching. We don't want to lean like that, like a rag doll. Come on up. Maybe hands at your hip. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. Notice if your head is dropping and pick it up. Pull the ribs back. Breathe in. Breathe out. And we're going to push down through our toe pads. Rise on up. Yes. All 10 toes forward. Bring it back in. One more sun salute. Arms are down by our side in mountain pose. Palms are forward. Inhale, the arms lift. Exhale, our knees soften, and we release one or both arms down. Release your head and your jaw. Maybe your hands are at your thigh or your shins. Inhale, lengthen your spine forward as your sitting bones move back. The neck is long, so we don't want to do that. That crunches like lifting up. We don't want to lengthen down like that. That doesn't feel so good. Lengthen the spine forward. The crown of the head is reaching towards the screen. Exhale, lower down again. Feel a little traction through your vertebrae. We're going to push down through our feet. Inhale, arms out to the side. Press down. Rise up. Hands are at the heart. Yes, you guys are so awesome. Let's find our seat. I really mean that when I say that, by the way. You guys are so awesome. You are, just for being here, just for showing up, just for taking care of yourself. Just. Someone told me they wanted to get rid of that word just, because it is kind of a silly word. You showed up, you're here, and you're present. And that's what really, really counts. So let's take a breath in through the nose and out through the nose and in through the nose and out through the nose. We're going to add a little alternate nostril breath. So bringing your right thumb to your right nostril and your ring finger to your left, or you can just use your index fingers of both hands, or you can just imagine you're doing it. So blocking the right nostril, inhale in through the left, block it, exhale out through the right. Inhale in through the right, block it, exhale out through the left. Inhale in through the left, block it, exhale out through the right. Do this about 10 times. Breathe in, block it, exhale out through the opposite way. Now you get to decide how many counts your in and your out are. Some people add a pause in between. Breathe in and breathe out. And in and out, alternating. If your hand gets tired, bring it down. This is a great practice to do when you're feeling imbalanced. Breathe in and breathe out. And in and out. And after you've reached about 10 or 20, whatever you like, some people do it for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. And sometimes this is just their yoga practice. There's no moving, it's just their breathing, and they choose alternate nostril breath. You get to make the practice your own. Relax your palms in your lap. Soften. Release tension in your body. Notice any holding in your feet, in your toes, in your lower legs. Your knees, your upper legs, your hips, your spine, your shoulders, your upper arms, elbows, lower arms, hands and fingers, neck, head, forehead, scalp, eyes, jaws and cheeks, mouth. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in and breathing out. Feel the whole body relax. Stay as long as you want in your resting pose. I encourage you to do some of the exercises we did with our fingers during the day. Try it on a table or a countertop, or just hands together. You can always watch recordings to get, if you can't remember things that we did. We always change it up. So, expressing much gratitude for our time together in this wonderful Wednesday wellness morning. Enjoy your day, breathe in the sun, salute it, salute yourselves. I honor and bow to the light in each one of you. Thank you so much for being in practicing in community together.